Connolly Station. Connolly Station, Irish Stáisiún Uí Chonghaile, or Dublin Connolly, is the busiest railway station in Dublin and Ireland, and is a focal point in the Irish route network. On the north side of the River Liffey, it provides InterCity, enterprise and commuter services to the north, northwest, southeast and southwest. The north-south Dublin Area Rapid Transit DART and Luas light rail services also pass through the station. The station offices are the headquarters of Irish Rail, Iarnród Éireann. Opened in 1844 as Dublin Station, the ornate facade has a distinctive Italianate tower at its center. History. On 24 May 1844, the Dublin and Drogheda Railway DDR began public operations from an interim terminus at the Royal Connell, and on the same day the foundation stone for what is now Connolly Station was laid by Earl de Grey, Lord Lieutenant of Ireland. The station was opened for operations on 29 November 1844 as Dublin Station, but was renamed Amiens Street Station 10 years later after the street on which it is located. The terminus building, which was also to be the DDR headquarters, designed by William Dean Butler, was constructed of Wicklow granite at a cost of £7,000 and opened in 1846. The 22 feet 6.7 m flight of steps from the street was to prove difficult for luggage porters, and some 30 years later a sloped ramp from opposite Store Street was created to allow step-free pedestrian and vehicle. Originally the station served only a single main line to Drogheda, and in 1853 through services to Belfast commenced, and an amalgamated company, the Great Northern Railway or Ireland GNRI, taking over operations. In 1879 John Lanyon architected a red sandstone and brick headquarters for the GNRI. In 1891 the City of Dublin Junction Railway opened a separate station called Amiens Street Junction immediately next to the DDR station. Amiens Street Junction had through platforms and allowed passengers to travel over the Loop Line Bridge to Westland Row on the city's south side and onwards to Rosslare. In 1937, the MGWR's Broadstone station was closed, and the services to Sligo were transferred to Westland Row via Amiens Street Junction. After the amalgamation of the GNRI at the end of the 1950s, the two stations were merged into one, simply called Amiens Street. The platforms built by the DDR became platforms 1-4, now used for InterCity and enterprise trains to Sligo and Belfast. The platforms built by the CDJR became platforms 5-7, used for DART, commuter and Rosslare services. The DDR station building became the main passenger entrance and ticket hall, and the CD. In 1966, the 50th anniversary of the Easter Rising, Amiens Street was selected as one of 15 main stations in Ireland to have their names changed to honor patriots executed for their roles in the Rising. Amiens Street was renamed Connolly Station, after revolutionary socialist James Connolly. Services to Galway and Mayo via Mullingar and Athlone had run through Connolly to Pearse from 1937, but were transferred to Heuston Station in the 1970s. Sunday trains to Cork, Limerick and Waterford during the 1960s operated from Connolly platforms 5, 6 and 7 through the Phoenix Park Tunnel, so as to avoid the cost of opening Heuston for the limited Sunday traffic demand at that time. In 1984, the electrification of parts of the Dublin-Belfast and Dublin to Wexford lines was completed, and DART services commenced. The red brick station building built by the CDJR was refurbished and reopened for commuters. During the late 1990s, Connolly Station was completely renovated and partially rebuilt. An entirely new station hall was built, the roof over platforms 1-4 was replaced, and a new bar/cafe and shops were installed. The former DART/Suburban Station entrance CDJR building and the secondary station hall further north on Amiens Street were again closed, but a new entrance on the International Financial Services Centre side was opened. The Luas Red Line began serving the station in 2004. As part of the preparation for this, The ramp that had been a bus terminus was demolished and replaced with a two-platform tram station connected to the main concourse by escalators and lift. Docklands Railway Station. The opening of Docklands Station in March 2007 has provided an extra terminus station to take pressure from Connolly. During Monday to Friday peak times, trains from M3 Parkway and Dunboyne arrive at Docklands. It also provides an alternative terminus for the Western commuter line to Mullingar if needed. Docklands is the planned terminus for services to Navan. City Centre Resignaling Project. According to Iarnród Éireann, the project has provided the ability to operate 20 trains per hour in both directions through the Howth Junction to Grand Canal Dock line, which caters for Howth Darts, Malahide Darts, Northern commuter trains, Belfast Enterprise Services, Sligo InterCity Western and Southwestern commuter services. This means that more trains travel through Connolly rather than terminating. It has also facilitated the use of the Phoenix Park Rail Tunnel for commuter rail connections. The project began in March 2015 and was commissioned on 15 November 2020. Connolly Station Area Redevelopment. This project will involve redeveloping the east section of the Connolly Station area to provide 81,500 SQM of mixed commercial, residential, community, and leisure uses comprising 50,200 SQM of office accommodation, 106 apartments, a hotel, retail, and restaurants, and a creche. In September 2017, CIA announced it was seeking a partner to develop Connolly Station site. In 2018, CIA appointed Oxley Holdings as its partner for the construction of 697 build-to-rent apartments on Sheriff Street Lower. Planning permission was lodged in April 2019. Connolly Luas Stop. Connolly is an interchange with Dublin's Luas light rail tram system. Built in an area in front of the main station entrance, which was previously a bus terminus, the two Luas platforms are covered by a large, segmented canopy. Stairs and lifts directly link the platforms with the station entrance. When the Luas Red Line commenced service in 2004, Connolly was the sole northern terminus. In 2009, the line was extended eastwards to the point and Connolly became the sole station on a spur. Immediately after trams leave the stop, they go through a junction. However, in regular passenger service, trams only ever turn right, heading through the city centre towards Tallaght and Sagart. Around half of all services on the Red Line serve Connolly, and signage suggests that passengers make the short walk to Busaras Luas stop, where trams are more frequent. Connolly Luas stop is closed in the evenings and early mornings. Connections. While Connolly mainly connects Dublin to the east coast of Ireland and to Sligo, Dublin Heuston serves the south and west of the country. Connolly Station is connected to Heuston via the Luas tram. Rail links connect the two stations passing through a tunnel under the Phoenix Park. Since 21 November 2016, passenger services regularly use it. Up until then, its main purpose was the transfer of rolling stock and locomotives. The main service depot is at Inchicore, just outside Heuston. Rail and ferry connections at Dublin Port. The station is connected by bus to Dublin Port with Stena Line ferries from the ferry terminal. Sail rail is promoted as a viable alternative to air transport by using trains and ferries to reach places across the Irish Sea. Holyhead can also be reached by Irish ferries or Stena Line from Dublin Port, reached by walking beside the tram lines around the corner from Amiens Street, Dublin into Store Street, or by Luas one stop to Busaras, where Dublin Bus operates a service to the ferry terminal, or Dublin Bus Route 53, or to take a taxi. Former ferry and Dart connection at Dunleaghare. The ferry service from Dunleaghare was discontinued indefinitely in September 2014. Passengers travelled on the Dart to Dunleaghare to sail using the Stena Line service. Now the route is a bus via Dublin Port to Holyhead as above. Rail and ferry connections at Rosslare Europort. InterCity trains from Connolly to Rosslare Europort connect with the evening ferry to Fishguard Harbour with through ticketing to places including Carmarthen, Annelly and Swansea. Irish Ferries and Stena Line operate ferries from Rosslare Europort. There is also a seasonal route to Roscoff operated by Irish Ferries. Services. Connolly has 7 platforms. 4 Terminal 1-4 and 3 through the former Amiens Street Junction Station 5-7. The ticket office is open from 6:30 HRS to 19:00 HRS, Monday to Sunday. The station also features a depot for the commuter, the InterCity and the Enterprise. InterCity. There are 3 InterCity routes served. The Enterprise service to Belfast Lanyon Place intermediate stops, Drogheda, Dundalk, Newry, Portadown and Lisburn. Departs from Platform 2, Sligo Mac Diarmada non-stop to Maynooth and calling at all stations to Sligo. Peak services call at Drumcondra. Departs from Platform 4, Rosslare Europort, calling at Tara Street, Dublin Pierce, Dunlaighair, Bray Greystones and all stations to Rosslare Europort. Not all services call at Kilcole. Peak services call at Blackrock, Lansdowne Road and Grand Canal Dock. The 1633 departure from Connolly to Rosslare Europort offers a connection to ferries to Wales and France. Departs from Platform 5. Dart services use platforms equipped with overhead wires platforms 5, 6, and 7. Terminal platform 4 is also electrified. As of January 2019, there are 6 darts per hour in each direction on weekdays. These are northbound 3 per hour to Howth and 3 per hour to Malahide. Southbound 4 per hour to Bray and 2 per hour to Greystones. After years of delays, Irish Rail increased the dart frequency to every 10 minutes in September 2018, which increased the number of trains per hour in Howth and Malahide to 3 and those terminating at Bray to 4 per hour, but kept Greystones, with some peak services also terminating at Dunlaighair. It is also planned to expand the dart lines to Maynooth, Hazelhatch and Balbriggan or Drogheda. Commuter. Some commuter services run along the Dart line as far as Malahide. There are 2 commuter services per hour in each direction off peak. These are Maynooth from platforms 6 or 7, calling at all stations to Maynooth. Drogheda/Dundalk from platform 6 or 7, calling at Malahide and all stations to Drogheda/Dundalk, with some services also calling at Howth Junction, Clongriffin and Portmarnock. 2 trains per hour to Dublin Pierce from platform 5 or 6. Peak time services also run to Longford, Hazelhatch, Newbridge, Newry, Dundalk, Balbriggan, Grand Canal Dock and Bray. There are also 3 trains per day from M3 Parkway to Connolly but do not run the return journey. Statistics. Gallery.